Here we go.
It's
voila.
You're gonna hit me with a 0 mana 1/1 neutral? I mean, let's just note that this
Right.
is I'm sure the cutest art in the set.
It's gotta be. I think you're right.
Will we see any snow flipper penguins die in videos today?
You know, I won't spoil anything.
Will
you're a wise man.
monster who's running production put a video of snow flipper penguins
would take a
dying
monster.
one after the other? It would.
be
My
horrible.
God,
Yeah, no,
that would be appalling.
We'll skip
I can't-
that. That sounds a little brutal.
So tell me a little bit about the 0 mana 1/1 beast. This reminds me, obviously, of the 0 mana 1/1 Murloc
Right.
that can actually have some interesting synergies when combined with, Steward of Darkshire, give you a little extra momentum for your war leader.
Right.
Tell me about the design of this particular one.
Yeah, it's so the tag beast, right? The minion type beast can do a lot of things like the Murloc did for the 0-cost 1/1 for Murloc. And this card's also interesting because it can actually improve Hunter without even being in your deck. One of the times that I'm happiest to see this is with Deathstalker Rexar's Hero Power. When you're doing Build-A-Beast, when you're making your Zombeast,
Oh,
this shows
it's
up,
a
adds no
+1/+1.
cost. Right, exactly. And when you say only have 4
Interesting.
mana left over, which is the cost of maybe the other beast that you picked, this means you'll be able to play that beast this turn and get +1/+1. So it's almost like a buff to Hunter without even needing to run it, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like this has been increasingly emerging. I think back to, the Hydrologist. There's only 5 secrets in Paladin.
Right.
And therefore, in Standard, forgive me, in Standard. Sorry, wild players. There's only those 5 in Standard that you need to worry about.
Right.
And so, even though Repentance is not a hard run card, Redemption
Right.
is not really a hard run card, you can get situations where these are actually valuable. And we've seen Eye for an Eye be instrumental against mages in order to have them pop their own.
Against Dice Block, yeah.
Yeah, go right through it. So, I mean, is this more so geared towards that type of logic, having more Discover options?
Yeah, it's interesting to be part of Discover, but it also can do kind of what the Murloc did, right? There's a lot of beast matters, obviously, in Druid, but mostly in Hunter, where having a beast out early can, your hyena can grow faster. All these types of things can matter earlier, which also can help. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see how this one plays out as well, because I mean, Alley Cat looks relatively innocuous with 2/1/1s.
Right.
But that is like
it's
the
a great
golden
example. Yeah.
first 2 turns
Right.
for a Hunter that immediately goes straight into the Scavenging Hyena and it just goes out of control from there.
Exactly, yeah. And I love the golden on this. He's surfing down the slopes on his surfboard. So.
Oh my God! Do I get to
amazing.
see
It's
that,
amazing.
or is this another map?
I
play
guess that's a
tease?
tease. I guess.
Okay, that's
I
good. That's
apologize.
2. That's 2 thus far. All right, let's head into card number 2.
Awesome.
And it's a rare.
Yeah, this is rogue weapon.
I see.
Shadowblade, yeah.
Adding in more and more rogue weapons, I see. Because, I mean, a lot of people have been talking about, like, where are the rogue weapons ever since the Blade Flurry nerf happened. And this, I mean, rogue has a really hard time healing at all.
Right. Yeah,
Right,
this fills some holes for rogue, right? It's tough to compete with the rogue hero power actually making a weapon. You need a very good weapon to justify it in your deck.
Right.
And I'm excited about this. I think this does that. We've seen 3-cost 3/2 weapons in the past be good enough to run when they have good powers. This is quite good, right? Not taking any damage when you're finishing off a bigger minion, right? Finishing off that 7/7 that you maybe send your minion into first is a big deal, right? That's 7 points of health. And it's kind of interesting too if you're facing things like the Leper Gnome, because it's for the turn, so you don't take their death rattle damage. So it comes up every once in a while where you're not, you're able to kind of play in your turn where you're like, I'm actually not going to get hit by that death rattle. So yeah, kind of neat.
Wow. Yeah, I can also imagine this is going to be really nice. I feel like a lot of the style of rogue is just big swing turns, where you have nothing on the board, and I can imagine now you play the Shadow Blade, you play the SI7 agent to ping, and then hit a 5 health minion to kill it, to clear the board, and you still haven't taken any damage.
Right, you still have your weapons, still have your agent, and damage. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah.
How does this wind up faring in some of the existing archetypes that we've seen? Like your traditional Miracle Rogue.
Right.
But everyone's running, with your Sherazins, your Arcane Giants, trying to get to that big delay.
I'm curious if it'll fit into there. I don't know that it does. It lets you do some things that maybe Miracle Rogue might want to do, but yeah, I'm not sure. It's always fun when we release new cards to see, because we have our predictions and then we see what the players do, and it often is surprising.
Well, okay, so you're hinting at something, right? Because I think that when everybody thinks Rogue, they think Miracle Rogue. They think Gadgets and Auctioneer. I forgot this was a neutral card. I thought it was a Rogue card, right?
Right.
Are there non-Miracle archetypes that you've found in your playtesting with this new set without spoiling anything that would lose your job?
Right, everything going through my head is, oh, maybe I should spoil the cards. No. Yes, there is. Valera is the new Death Knight, obviously, for Rogue.
Yes.
And she is quite good at making a new style of Rogue. She's also good, potentially, at Miracle Rogue, but I think she's got enough potency that she's good
I want to know so badly.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't wait for people to see her.
We are going to get to see a Death Knight today.
Yes.
I've been promised one Death Knight.
It's true.
And that's all I know. All right. Hit me with card 3. Hit me with it, production. Let's go. Another rare. It is Defile. Deal
Warlock.
1 damage to all minions. If any die, cast this again.
Yes.
This card.
Yes.
Okay, tell me about this card, and then I want to react to this card, because I have some strong opinions.
Okay, cool. So this card's interesting. It's one of the things that we explored kind of when doing the vibe and the story of the set, is we're killing the heroes of Warcraft, right? So Gul'dan has his Death Knight version. This is a Warlock card, by the way.
Yeah.
And they're also getting some of the Death Knight spells and minions in their class as well.
Right.
So this is a iconic Lich King spell, Defile. And I absolutely love this card. It's incredibly skill testing. So you want to set up basically a domino effect, right? You want to have a 1 health, a 2 health, a 3 health, a 4 health, a 5 health, however high you can go to totally wipe out your opponent's board. So it becomes this puzzle of like, what spells do you have in your hand that can set that perfect domino up? Do you trade your 2/2 into their 5/5 so that you now have a 3 health minion in play and then start it going? And it's a little mini theme as well. This if your conditions met, cast me again spells that we have in the Knights of the Frozen Throne.
Wow.
Yeah, I love this card. 2 mana, wipe your opponent's board sometimes.
Yeah,
pretty good.
this is okay. So I want to tell the very tragic story of me trying to get Lakari Sacrifice decks to work. Okay, so Lakari Sacrifice is a quest that says don't win. Right, that's my experience when I'm playing it. I can't kill anyone. I don't know how to build the deck archetype, but I'm starting to get there. I'm no Brian Kibler, right? I'm not getting my over 50% win rates. Right, but what I've found is that it is really a big struggle to try to stay alive in the first few turns because you spent that very first turn on Lakari Sacrifice. And you lose so much momentum with Warlock. And I can imagine that this would fit very nicely in that 2-drop slot. I mean, a lot of Pirate Warriors will have 1, 2, and 3 cost minions in order on the board. I mean, this card's awesome.
Yeah, I predict it will make a big impact for exactly what you're talking about. It's early game defense that can also be late game defense as well.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Okay, I've just had an epiphany, and it's not because someone in production just held up the words Dreadsteed.
Awesome.
Does this break the game if you just play Dreadsteed and it casts infinitely?
The answer is yes. It does break the game. So we've made a change to Dreadsteed for a while because it creates a never-ending turn. So Dreadsteed now reads, Death Rattle, at the end of the turn, summon a Dreadsteed. So you will no longer go infinite with cards like this with Dreadsteed. We had to make a tough decision. Do we break the game? Do we not ship Defile? Or do we fix Dreadsteed?
That would have been cool, though, because then Warlocks would only win or draw.
Yeah. Well, it was funny when somebody was showing, I'm standing over a computer and they're showing me Defile with Dreadsteed and it just never ends. And I'm like, I think we need to fix this. I think this is an issue. Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, this card's awesome.
Super interesting. All right, cool. Let's go to card number 4. We've done neutral, rogue, and warlock. Ooh, Cryostasis. Give a minion +3/+3 and freeze it. Oh, that's really interesting. This seems like one of those, Swiss Army knife style spells.
Yeah, exactly. It's Shaman, by the way.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of spells in Hearthstone where you can target either side of the board. Right, but usually there's an obvious, I want to fireball my opponent's minions and not my own minions. This card's actually very interesting. It actually comes up where you want to do both sides, right? A taunt minion on your side getting +3/+3, it might be fine that it can't attack, but the fact that it's a lot bigger and can take down their minions could be a great play. Or you need to slow your opponent down, right? Freeze their 5/5 because you can hex it or do something to it later. And it also synergizes, people have seen Icebreaker, the new weapon for Shaman, that lets you take out frozen minions.
Yeah, I was going to say, for any of you who don't know Icebreaker, it's a 1/3 Shaman weapon. Is it 2 mana? 1 mana?
2 mana.
2 mana? Okay, so it's a 2 mana, 1/3 weapon. And it says, any minion damaged by this weapon, if it's frozen, kill it.
Right.
And so there's only Frost Shock I think was the only way to freeze.
Right, and there's some neutral from Ungoro. We get a 1-drop that does it, right? So Shaman had just a few tools. So this is one of a few examples of Shaman getting more ways to do freeze. And this is a great example of how when we approached the set, we said, okay, they're becoming Death Knight. What does that mean for each class? And for Shaman, we said, okay, they're going to embrace the Frost rune, the Frost side of Death Knight. So you'll see a few more Frost Matters, Frost build-arounds for Shaman.
I can completely imagine this also. There's so many Shaman decks right now that are just trying to do any technique to get the board built and then blow you off with, or excuse me, blow you away.
Right.
With Bloodlust, Matt.
Yes, with Bloodlust.
And so, with those style of archetypes, it makes me think that this could be a very nice way to just delay for one turn.
Yeah.
And make sure that you can set up that Bloodlust combo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love this card. It is, like you said, Swiss Army knife. Got a lot of uses.
Yeah.
Very cool. We're about to see some uses, actually.
Okay.
With our next card.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's it gonna be? Robbie, whenever another minion is frozen, add a copy of it to your hand.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. So, let me run this thought by you.
All right. All right. Ready.
Let me just throw this out there. So, if you cryostasis an enemy creature, it's frozen now. It's a little bigger. It's all right. We're going to take some damage as Shaman. No big deal.
All right.
We get good RNG on Healing Wave every time. And then I run into them with the weapon to kill it. But before I've even killed them, it's in my hand again.
That's right. Yeah, you've got the copy. And you can do either side of the board. So anybody other than Marabi on either side will you'll get the copy.
Huh.
Right.
That is, well, does that create any sort of weirdness where there's a lot of wish to self-freeze your side of the board?
It does, actually, yeah. It does, because you want to get multiple copies of your minions.
Yes.
You're right. But is it worth it, right? Is it worth
Yeah.
it to freeze your guy to get multiples? And like I was saying, sometimes it is, like with taunt minions or minions that have static powers that you want to get more of. Yeah. It's an interesting play. Yeah.
So we've seen about half the cards at this point in time. I actually want to take a moment to ask a little bit about how you're thinking of the current metagame, right? There's on the aggro side, we have obviously Pirate Warriors, very aggressive. The Hunter decks are starting to get more popularity with the Quest Rogue nerf. Mage is also seeming to be out of control these days with Secret variants and Control. Miracle Rogue's doing all right. I mean, with all these different archetypes, Ungoro has been one of the richest metas that I think has, actually maybe the richest meta that we've seen since the start of Hearthstone.
Yeah.
I mean, like, when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking about the Bloodlust Shamans, I'm thinking about Evolved Shamans, I'm thinking about Elemental Shamans, and this just seems different from all of those.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of the tough things too, right? Because when you know a meta and you see a new card, it's always hard to go, okay, could this create a new archetype that I haven't seen before? And that's my hope. That's what I think is going to happen. Is this Frost Mage could be something that creates a new style that it's not currently part of the meta.
Yeah.
Which is one of the huge goals with any set, and I'm really excited about it happening for Shaman with Frozen Throne, right? All the Death Knight heroes doing that for new archetypes too. So yeah, it's always great. And like you said, Ungoro's done a phenomenal job of that. Hopefully we can add to that in really cool ways with Knights of the Frozen Throne.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at our next piece here. I understand it's going to be a little Murabi gameplay, so there's cryostasis. Oh.
So this is a water elemental. We spoiled her earlier. Whenever she damages a minion, she freezes it.
Be cool,
She's a new
man.
Shaman card as well. So your Shaman deck has Antonidas in its We're talking about freezing your own taunt minion, right? Can be a good play.
Right.
Elements guide me.
Oh.
It's a pretty good strat. Actually, you could have frozen Antonidas again if you wanted to get another copy of them, which is pretty insane.
What?
Yeah.
Double
stack
freezing?
Yeah, double stacking will actually work with Marabi.
Okay.
So, pretty amazing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty crazy combinations are now possible.
Yeah. I mean, there's an increasingly large number of just take from the other person. Rogue's obviously snatching a whole lot of cards from the opponent. And
right.
Priest always has. And now
Shaman gets a little access to it too. Yeah.
Yeah. But in a way that's like very controlled for both sides. They very much so see what the risks are.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Much more controlled. You're right. And without spoiling it, Shaman might be getting another freeze card too in the set, which would be perfect.
They might. They might not, but they might. All right, let's go on to our next card. Eternal Servitude, 4 mana. Discover a friendly minion that died this game, summon it. Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is Priest, by the way.
Yes, that's the best. Because again, we always ask, does this work for Shadow Priest? Does this work for Ramp Druid? Can I do a crazy combo with this?
Right.
This feels nice. This feels like a nice card.
One of my favorite archetypes, especially for Priest, is the Resurrect. And of course, running Barns, running a lot of fun synergies with it. But you get a random minion from that. And sometimes you have 2 or 3 minions that have died, so you don't always get the minion you want. Eternal Servitude is perfect for that, because now you can control it in a way. You can get that perfect minion back.
In terms of this set, what are the Resurrect effects that are still in the game? Onyx Bishop is still there, and I don't think
Resurrect.
Good old 2 mana Resurrect is in.
Yeah. So now you can run 4 in your deck. 2 of these, 2 bishops. Yeah. So we've got once again to tease something. I think we have one of the best Resurrect targets of all time coming in Priest as well, Knights of Frozen Throne. I think a lot of people will agree with that. I'm very excited about it. Don't get to spoil it today, but
okay.
Yeah.
But soon to come. See, I gotta say, this has been a slightly unusual card reveal cycle because of the fact that there have been so many cards that have been released in the last week, like so many.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to go back to my little streaming computer after this and kind of do the mix and match and put cards next to each other and see what's up. All right, next card. Let's do it. Apprentice. Your opponent's spells cost 1 more. Oh, this is like a very interestingly statted and costed card.
Yeah. Yeah, she's interesting. She's basically the reverse of Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Yeah.
I actually love the VO on her. I don't know if you remember Sorcerer's Apprentice. Someday I want to be just like you.
Yeah.
Her VO is someday you're going to be just like me. I assume she means she's going to kill you and turn you into Death Knight. Pretty fun. Pretty dark. She sits in a super creepy way. Pretty cool. She's very interesting for people who play Sorcerer's Apprentice, right? It's often best when you're playing a lot of spells all at once, right? And the reverse is true here against, Miracle Rogue. Decks that want to play coin or lots of cheap spells late, she stacks up and creates a lot of value. In addition to, hey, I know you have Brawl, so I'm going to throw her out so you can't do a turn 5 Brawl, right? That's also strategic, but she's very good against the spell-based decks.
I'm curious. A lot of the mage decks right now are built around burn, doing miracle work with Primordial Glyph. There's also the secret decks that are trying to get big tempo turns, but there hasn't really been a lot of just tempo mage that's not secret-based. Is this the sort of card that you've been seeing crop up? I've even seen some other cards that feel like they'd be really nice for tempo decks. I don't remember the name of it, but the mage card that puts a mirror image into your hand and is a 2/6.
Oh yeah. We'll see. I don't know. I'm always curious to see how the players do it. I'm curious to see.
Yeah, because Duped Apprentice also seems very fragile at 3/2 for 3.
Right. Yeah. I think it is. Yeah. It's more of a kind of a sometimes called tech card.
Yeah.
Right. Is the meta right for this? Right. And if Miracle Rogue was super popular, her odds of being part of the meta go way up.
Yeah, and this isn't it's not like a blunt tool like your opponent cannot cast 0 or 1 mana spells, right? It's like a very soft, just creates a new problem. This is a really interesting card. All right.
Yeah.
I'm ready for the next one. Give me the cards, man. Hit me with them cards. Prince Valinar. If your deck contains no 4-cost cards, gain lifesteal and taunt.
Yes. This
is one of the most chill legendaries. This just seems like a really nice value legendary in a lot of decks. Yeah.
Funny use of words. So this completes the Blood Prince Council. So we've got 3 Blood Princes, 1 at 2, 1 at 3, 1 at 4, that all have this first part of their text that you cannot run any cards of their cost in the deck to get their benefit. It's a phenomenal minion if you meet its requirements to get both taunt and lifesteal together on a 4-cost 4/4. Right, it's perfect because lifesteal, to force them to have to attack it so that you're more guaranteeing that you get the lifesteal to go off. Very good, but is it worth it? And this is the type of card I love where it's a pretty big restriction. It's not Reno level, but it is an impact on your deck. Right. What does it cost? Hunter versus what does it cost? Druid. Right. Druid can't run swipe. That's a pretty big deal, right? Maybe
Paladin has a
yes
a lot of 4-cost cards. So
But yeah, and this completes the. These are all 3 of the princes. So what I'm hoping to see is, can somebody actually run all 3 of these princes?
I mean, I'm going to try. I'm going to try.
No 2, 3, or 4 costs. Sounds insane. Sounds impossible. But yeah, I'm sure somebody will try.
All you have to do is win the one game. That's all I need.
Yeah.
I have a knack for trying to come up with the worst possible ideas, and then just not letting them go.
Yeah,
it's great.
Right,
it's
awesome.
really. But you know, the thing that's interesting about this is that this is just not an extreme or crazy effect. This just, to me, says if there are token druids, if there are pirate warriors that are getting a lot of small creatures on the board in your hand, you don't need to run a lot of 4-slot cards. You can put this in, and it's pretty reliable.
Yeah, totally.
You know, we haven't talked a lot about Arena yet. I mean, is this seems like a little bit maybe of a dangerous choice early on in Arena draft.
Yeah.
But
yes, yeah, these guys are really tough in Arena, actually.
Yeah.
Because if you get them early, can you still avoid 4? And obviously, if you get them late, you already have 4s. But if somebody did this in Arena, it'd be quite the payoff.
Yeah. This seems like a nice card. Maybe you want a little more stats in Arena. I don't know. I'm not the best at Arena. Either way, let's do the next one. To the next card. Yes, warrior. Dead Man's Hand. Whoa! Oh, Fatigue Warrior, welcome to the show. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Oh, oh Matt, thank you. This card is awesome.
Yeah, this is interesting. It's
wow.
It's reminiscent of Gang Up, right? In the terms of, hey, these cards are kind of cheating in a way. I get more copies than I'm supposed to have of stuff.
Yeah.
And when you mention Fatigue, one of the interesting things this does is if you have 2 in your hand, you play one gets put back in your deck, you still have 1 in your hand, you draw the next one, you play it again. Wow. So kind of like Druid can do, a J Druid, you can go infinite. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. Those high cost legendaries or armor up cards.
Those cold light oracles.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
You've already got a deck in mind, it sounds like. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the way that I'll build the deck is I'll put in 2 Dead Man's Hands. I'll put in 2 Cold Light Oracles, and then I'll autofill. And I'm ready. It's time to go then.
I'll watch that.
Oh,
that's great.
Yeah. That's the build. So I think we've covered every class except for Druid at this point, and Paladin, I want to say.
Right. Okay, yes.
So I think we're going to see either a Druid or a Paladin card next. Okay, I think I've got that right.
Prediction, yeah.
Have we seen Hunter? Maybe we haven't seen Hunter. I don't remember. Let's go to the next card. I shouldn't make these kinds of predictions. Spreading Plague. Summon a 1/5 Scarab with Taunt. If your opponent has more minions.
Another cast again if you meet the condition card, yeah.
Oh my god. Mad place.
Yes. So yeah, this is interesting. This is if ever there's a comeback card, right, this is it.
It's Unleash the Scarabs. It's
exactly, yeah.
And there was the Druid Legendary that says Death Rattle summoned the taunt minions that died this game.
Right. Yeah. Hadronox, very good with this.
Oh my
What's actually interesting, you in the building the deck, do you run both Spreading Plagues? Because you don't want to only get 1/5s, because you have some other amazing taunt minions you can bring back, but you want some to make sure you're getting 7 guys back with Hadronox. So it's quite interesting in how you manage all that in Druid. Yeah.
Man, that is potent. I mean, we've already seen how nice it is to have Tar Creepers in control decks. I mean, obviously the fact that it's a 3/5 with taunt for 3 is great, but just 5 health is annoying to get through.
Right.
And this is many 5 healths.
Right.
This is up to 7 5 healths.
That's true. It's 35.
I'm amazing. Yeah. All right, and I understand we have some gameplay footage of the Scarabs. Oh no! Don't. Are we gonna kill the Snow Glitter Penguin? Don't tell me there's more than that. Is it going to end or is it going to cut off? Because if it does, that's like what local news does, right? They show the 2 cars coming at each other and they go more at 6.
Is it too? I think it's too brutal to show the penguins.
Oh my gosh! And then what's going to happen? This is so awful. Oh wow! Look at that! Oh, hit him with the wow! Oh my gosh! I can't even believe that sort of behavior is being encouraged on air. All right, let's spread it. Let's spread the Scarabs.
Right, so kind of the perfect scenario for the card here.
Oh, yes. Yeah, the hunters that run 7 copies.
And this kind of shows off the turn of Druid. They're going abandon the mammal like panther and bear. Yeah. And Druid, now Malfurion has embraced the Death
Nature
Knight version.
will
This is all
rise
insects.
against
There's more
you.
cards that do this as well.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
So we don't
you just
actually
kinda love it.
slaughter.
And they're
don't slaughter
okay.
the penguins.
Yeah, in fact.
They all hung out, had a party, shook hands.
Each penguin fell in love with the scarab opposite it,
Right.
and they all got married.
Yeah,
Isn't
that's
that
how
great?
that ended. That's exactly how that ended. But yeah,
That's-
like you said, 35 health worth of taunt. Pretty good for 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gosh, I really, really love the mechanic of if your opponent has more minions, cast this again.
Cool.
Or if trigger happens, cast this again.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And setting it up, right? Who do you trade off, right?
Yeah.
Do you skip a turn of playing minions to set it up better, right? What is the right time to play a card, right? Skipping to play minions is a tough choice, but sometimes correct with cards like
And
this.
those are some of my favorite cards always.
Cool.
I mean, there's cards like a piloted shredder. If it's turn 4, you play a piloted
Right.
shredder. Or
Basically always, yeah.
in times of yore, the Chillwind Yeti.
Right.
When people thought the most OP thing in the universe was a
Right.
turn 1 Chillwind Yeti. I mean, those are just great on-curve cards.
Right.
Those are important in any card game, but this is the sort of thing that I just love, those really interesting, choicey things.
Yeah. It's also I love the kind of what we've explored here with the different like what does it mean to be a Death Knight version of Malfurion,
Yeah.
right? So the insect stuff. Kind of a funny story when we were exploring the naming for this. The Deathstalker Rexar was the name we picked for Rexar, which is a ton of fun. We were naming it. We're in a group with Brode, and some of the names he pitched were for Gul'dan. We're like, okay, what would be a good name? He's like, oh, how about Ghoul Dangerous? And I was like, does he mean that? He looked serious.
Did he not burst into laughter afterwards?
Right, he did not burst in laughter afterwards. So I'm like trying to figure out, like, how do I react
Wait,
to
so
this?
he says
because
Ghoul
it's really
Dangerous
funny,
and then sits still, not laughing.
right? And so we didn't end up naming Malfurion this, but his name for Malfurion, I think it was him, Malfurious, which I love, but also I was like, okay,
It's like, haha,
this is
wait,
amazing, but
is this intended to be a joke?
So pretty cool, but yeah.
All right. Well, I understand that now we are about to hop into the next chord. Might be the last one. Second, third to last. We don't really know yet. Oh,
Death Knight
Frost.
hero.
Lich.
Yes.
Jaina.
Yeah. She's
Damn.
mega powerful. All elementals for the rest of the game, any that you've already played on board, any in your deck, all have lifesteal. Pretty crazy.
Wow.
Yes.
What's-
Which comes with a free elemental as well.
Yeah. What's the hero power?
So the hero power we're also going to get to see actually generates more elementals. Perfect.
All
with
right.
their- yeah,
Oh,
we'll see
look at
here.
me with the setup question. All right, let's see it. Frost Lich Jaina. Deal one damage if this kills a minion. What?
Yes.
What? Matt.
Do not fear.
Oh.
So right, you get the 5 armor
Wield it.
and this hero power for her. So
Wow.
a lot of potential. Yeah.
So, in terms of, Hearthstone always has great UI referencing. When you hover over Jaina, does she say all your elementals have lifesteal?
She does it as a battle cry, so it's not there anymore. Our Mouse of Heroes doesn't have that.
But I assume
But it
it's on
shows
the
up on all the minions, exactly.
Right.
So that's how you know. Yeah, really good.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty crazy. Yeah, so it's
Very, very different from a lot of the traditional control mage archetypes because, a lot of them
Right.
are relying on just bursting down with spells.
Right.
Traditional freeze mage uses, a lot of Pyroblast, Alexstrasza to set their health to 15.
Right.
Maybe some Antonitis fireballs go off. But this is the finisher of just endless board building and just slowly wearing down.
Yeah, and I'm curious how it changes those control decks, right? Because her by herself not only adds some control, some board control, but she's also a finisher, right? That potentially infinite amount of water liminals with lifesteal.
Right.
And it also creates a lot of interesting situations. And what do I run to make sure I'm going to trigger it? Do I run 1 health minions of my own? Because the hero power can target your own minions. I want to run maybe 2 polymorphs, right? That's a guaranteed 1 health minion to generate more water liminals. So it's interesting how it changes the deck to play control
Gosh,
to
that's
best
so
take advantage of
interesting.
her. Because she kind of on her own can finish the game.
Yeah, these specific reveals are sort of like, mind bending because I'm going to do what probably most people are going to do and say, what deck was I playing yesterday? Does this card help the deck I was playing yesterday? And I mean, I look at this and I think it needs its own consideration.
Right.
Yeah,
is it a totally new type of deck? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something else that that all of the Death Knight heroes come with that I'm pretty excited about is they all have their own new set of emotes as well. It's pretty fun. Which we get to show.
You're shivering. Are you afraid?
So you're,
That
your
you, I
taunt
can't
potential-
believe you put that in. To the class that has ice block, you put, you're
Right,
shivering, are you
yes.
afraid? You monsters.
So your taunt, yeah, your ability to
Thank
taunt.
you.
Wow.
Rub it in a little bit.
Wow, we got to
It's
hear
gone
this
up
again.
with these heroes.
By my frozen heart.
By my frozen heart.
Yeah,
That's
I
fine,
talked
that's
over
very
him a bit.
neutral. Yeah, that's good.
A fatal mistake.
Oof.
Every
Very
Death Knight
melodramatic.
hero.
Bow to your queen.
Bow to your queen. Wow. Oh man. Wait, if you kill the enemy hero, does it summon a water
Does it summon
elemental?
water elemental? It doesn't.
Oh, that sounds like
We
a
can fix
glitch.
that.
You got to summon that one water elemental.
Make them watch it before the game ends.
Yeah.
That's a little mean.
Yeah. Well, I mean, those emotes. I need to have something to go along with
Also
it.
mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Death Knights are mean. Yeah.
Okay. Now,
Yeah,
is
pretty cool.
was this the last card? Is this the finisher? Is this the end?
Yes, we finished
Okay.
on the Death Knight hero. Pretty exciting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That is a really interesting set of cards.
Cool. Yeah.
That is
I agree. Yeah.
wow. Now I gotta ask. So we haven't yet seen all of the cards. There's going to be more reveals and reveal streams and all that
Right.
sort of info and stuff. The expansion's coming out mid-August-ish, and I'm curious, what are some of the things that haven't been revealed that you're really excited about? Not specifically,
Right.
but just like
Right.
what kinds of things.
Can't
Is there
spoil.
a specific legendary?
Yeah.
Is there one class's Death Knight that hasn't been revealed that you're really pumped about?
Yeah, I'm pumped about a bunch of them. So next week, by the way, is Death Knight Hero Week. So 7 more. The remaining 7 Death Knight heroes are all going to be revealed. Super exciting. I'm really excited about a bunch of them. Gul'dan is amazing. I'm curious if he's going to make it. I love playing it. It's probably the deck I'm going to build first.
Ghoul
Super
Dangerous.
fun. Ghoul Dangerous. Yes, exactly. Yeah, totally awesome. Yeah, and we've also, it's really fun. People may know this. The prologue for the missions, which are free, is going to, winning that is going to give you a free random Death Knight Legendary hero. So everybody's going to get one for free.
This
which
is a good policy.
Fantastic, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I love the recent
Yeah.
changes that have been going
Yeah.
on with
Cool.
legendaries,
Yeah.
guaranteeing no repeats, and the prologue is like just log in and play, and it's free.
Log in, play, free, right. You'll probably die,
Awesome.
but you'll probably also win. We'll see how it goes.
That's
Yeah.
great. That's the best part about the single player style campaign
Yeah.
missions that you have is that you can
Just
lose
try
50
again.
times
Yeah.
and win once, and there you go. There you have it.
Yeah.
Well, Matt, is there anything else we need to know?
Yeah,
About Frozen
just,
Throne?
yeah, I mean, that's,
Oh, welcome back, Snow Flipper Penguin.
Right.
And he's on his ice thing. Hey,
this is the sleeper of the set, probably gonna be the best card of the set. People
I
are like,
know.
How do you predict
I'm gonna
this?
build a Weasel Tunneler Snow Flipper Penguin deck. It's gonna be sick.
Cool, man, this is a ton of fun.
It was a blast.
Yeah,
I'd like to say
awesome.
thank you so much
Yeah, thank
for
you.
sharing all this with us today. And that's it. This is done. We're over. What's going to happen now is I'm going to run off to a streaming setup across the street. And I'm going to be reviewing the cards that were revealed today, as well as some of the previously revealed cards, and try to just figure out how the hell the meta is going to work. Which is, I know my predictions are going to be wrong, because the degree to which these are creating different experiences is pretty exciting, I gotta say.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah. Well, from us here at Blizzard, I'm Sean Plott, and this is Matt Place. Goodbye. You're
Bye.
great. Play more video
Thanks.
games. Yeah.